All right, let's see here. An equation with interchangeable parts. Okay, and so that's the difference, guys, where I don't know if you ever saw The Matrix. There is this scene in the Matrix movie where this guy, he's a new guy, and he's talking to an old guy, right? And the old guy says, you see the code and you see green lines. I see a woman, I see a dog, I see a cat. And the connection here with the Upama Upamaika is that when I look at this sentence, I see that I can switch out this word with any adverb I know, right? And you guys know this because you probably studied lots of it. Okay? All right, awesome. All right, so when we look at these four, right, it's that we have unfortunately, fortunately, generally, and specifically. Okay? All right, let's practice before we move on. Here we go. Gentlemen, Mark, gentleman, right? Please use
Okay.
a sentence, or please make a sentence with one of four of these adverbs, right? You may choose any one.
From using specifically.
One, two, three, or four.
Okay, so fortunately, I had my favorite color was blue.
Fortunately, my favorite color is blue. Now you have to explain the good luck, right?
Oh, because like when I was a child, I like to like watching something that relax me. Like I don't know how to say, but like people usually like my family usually buys something which is a blue color. So like that's like the way I remember the blue color.
Excellent. Me, when I see that the word fortunately works for about 70% of the answer, right? And then maybe if we have the chance to look back, right, it's where I think specifically would be better, right?
Yes.
Cool, cool. Because like I was wondering like why was it good luck that your favorite color is blue, you know? And that would be a different story connected to that for sure, right? So that's something to avoid. And then it's great to look back and see like which part you could just change, right? That's the cool.
Yes.
Okay, excellent, good. All right, let's see here. No, 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 Jamie, your mic is on. Okay, Jamie, your mic is on. Is it Jamie or Jenny?
Jimmy.
Jamie. Okay, I thought. Okay, that's correct. Jamie's Burger is one of my favorite restaurants here. All right, you made one of the five adverbs now. All right, you have five choices. All right, and please make a sentence.
Mm, mm, Unfortunately, I used to have a okay, let me think about this first.
Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna say, unfortunately, I used to have a boyfriend. No, right? Right, yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, Generally, I am a dog lover. I really love dog, but unfortunately, when I was young, my dog is died. So right now, I am still love dog, but I don't want to have dog. This is okay.
That's a great answer. Yes, you make me think of my wife, where it's a similar logic, right? Where you love a dog so much and you lose one, you don't want another one, right? I got you. Okay, good. A couple of feedback points real fast before we go to Mark. It was your answer as you sped up, right? And we're speaking naturally. That was really good, dude. Right? That was really good. That's where you can start to tap into that strength, right? Tap into that strength. That means use that strength. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, Jamie, yours was very logical. You know, it's where you listen to the answer with Mark and then you try to integrate it into your answer, right? Yes, that's good. Just one point here. My dog died. My dog died. When we talk about things dying, right, we use two different ways. My dog passed away. Uh,
Mm,
uh,
wait.
And then, oops, and then here we have, this is hardcore. I'm so sorry for the bad example, the hardcore examples, guys. It's hardcore because it's true for me, right? Okay, so never use is when you're explaining something died unless you want to talk about it now, right? Okay, that's the clear point. So like, you know, my mother passed away when I was 5, right? And then my father passed away when I was 13. And so that's where I would say this. Right? Oh my God, this is such a hard example. I got to change this. I have to change it to like, my cat is dead. Yeah, but you get the idea. You get the idea because this is a present communication point, right? And then this is info about the past. And so those are different. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right. And then this is a very common error in Thai grammar, right? And it's where you guys use is before the verb a lot, right? Because you think it means kamlang, right? But not all the time. Your brain sometimes thinks it's kamlang, but you know, work with it, okay? So it's a present thing, right? Communication point, and then we know about the past, okay? All right, there you go. And this one would also be the adjective. All right, and then this here we call a phrasal verb in English. And a phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition, right? And then this would just be subject plus verb. All right, and then welcome to the matrix, guys. Okay, welcome to the matrix. Okay, all right, cool. Looking at that. All right, so those are 5 main adverbs that you guys can use to improve your answers in 2 categories, right? 1, complex structures for the grammar category, right? Okay. 2, in your writing as well, right? And it's always good to just use these adverbs even as a beginning point because it's good. And then later it becomes natural because it's mi prayok, right? It really is. Opening with an adverb is super useful. Okay. Next, we have grammar family, sentence structures, then break, okay? Human beings are amazing at remembering stories, right? Human beings are amazing at remembering stories. It is the way our memory is designed, all right? We do have these amazing tricks and like this wonderful way. One example is I have analyzed many memory championships. So those are people who take championships, they participate in contests to memorize things, right? This one lady, she had to memorize 500 numbers, 500 random numbers. And the way she remembered it was she remembered how she walks home and she created a story about what she saw on the way home with a language connected to the numbers. And that was the way she could remember 500 words or 500 random numbers. All right. So evidence of why human beings remember stories. All right. So here's a story for you guys. There's a family called the Grammar family. There's Mrs. Mr. Noun. They are husband and wife, right? Mr. Noun, he loves verb very, very much, right? They have 3 kids, right? They have 3 kids. It's adverb, adjective, and pronoun, right? Now, adjective is kind of like the responsible big sister of her family, right? It's that she is like her mom's number 2, right? But she actually really, really loves her dad and her brother more, right? And so adjective, you know, the big sister of the family, she always helps the guys as much as possible. She's like a daddy's girl. She's a tom. She might grow up to be a lesbian. I don't know. We'll see. It's okay. She can do whatever she wants. It's her life. Okay. Adverb, adverb here is the most talented little girl of the family. She's like the genius, right? She's like the genius. She's the one that can modify adjectives. She's the one that can modify verbs, and she can also modify herself. So she's pretty interesting. Okay. Noun, you guys know what noun does. He's standard, right? He's there. He's a person. He's a place. He's a thing. He's an animal. He's a concept, right? He's tangible. He's intangible. Sorry, that's confusing. And then pronoun. Pronoun is like the responsible son, right? So like whenever noun is gone, pronoun takes the place of Mr. Noun, right? And so he takes time to be like, where in a sentence, the cat went to the museum, the cat is the noun, and then we replace that with it went to the museum, and it is the pronoun, right? And so those are your five main categories in this grammar family, right? Now, there's a little bit more to the story, right? And I'll read this part for you. There is a family in London whose surname is Grammar. There is a couple, Mr. Noun and Mrs. Verb. The couple has 3 children, a son, pronoun, and 2 daughters, adverb and adjective. The son, pronoun, has to do all the work of his father in his absence. The two daughters love each other, but there is a difference in them. Adjective loves her father and brother and keeps praising them and giving them compliments. Adverb loves her mother more, and she always modifies her when there is a need. There are 2 servants in the family, preposition and conjunction, right? This is the Thai adaptation. Preposition is kind of like the beban of the family, right? It's that she likes everything to be in the right position, right? In the right position, okay? And there are main prepositions. You guys know them. It's like next to, between, on, to, for, against, right? These are all prepositions, right? They're usually connected to positioning, right? Conjunction, right? Conjunction, those are the fanboys, right? Did you guys ever learn fanboys? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really good mnemonic, right? And those are all the 7 crazy conjunctions of this family where they run around the house and they fix things and connect things. If I go extended, they're like the little engineer crew, okay? All right, so that's the story, guys. The last one is interjection, unimportant to you guys to really know as language learners. But as language lovers, it means like, oh, oi, ooh, wow, right? Those are the words that are all the sounds that humans make, right? Those are interjections, right? And it says, interjection joins the family in times of joy and sorrow. All right. Okay. Nice little story. You guys know this. Let's do a quick little test. I think Mark, you're probably the youngest. All right, Mark, can you tell me the story and imagine that I'm like 2 years old? Okay. Imagine I'm 2 years old or 3 years old. Can you tell me the story again very quickly in your own words?
Like what happened in my 2 years old?
No, no, no,
Is that
no.
what you mean?
No, no, no. It's where I want you to tell the story I told you guys, right? But the simple version.
Mm.
All right. So in the grammar family, there are like five mem. Well, no, there are a lot of member, and they cannot remember each of their member. So like they remember the ways each of their member walk.
Okay.
So adverb. So adverb can modify himself or herself. Also can modify adjective or pronoun. No, not pronoun. And
Okay. Got it, dude. You're 66%. Okay. All right. Good. And they can modify verb. Impressive, right? Impressive, right? Like I'll just tell you what just happened here. All right. It's that I just told you a story in a few minutes, very quickly at my normal speed of speech. Okay. Showing you 2 key images and reading a story, right? And then immediately after that, I told you to retell the story to me, right? Testing your short-term memory, which most people, it kind of sucks, right? So that was pretty good, dude, right? Don't feel bad that you don't remember the detail of the grammar mechanics because that's kind of hard, all right? Yes, if I were to give you a textbook, right, and then say read the bullet point, and then right after that tell it to me again, I think it would have been harder, right? So I submit evidence for human beings remember stories, right? That's my evidence there. Okay, moving on here. We're working really hard for our break. All right, here we go. All right. Effective sentences, lesson 2, sentence variety. This is a wonderful PowerPoint from international school. So remember, I have been teaching for like 16 years now, right? And so I have a collection of wonderful random materials that are great and useful. Okay, how to use this PowerPoint. Go quickly, right? First, you have this base sentence, right? Jack and Jill went up the hill. Putam kap, Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Jack
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Nice. All right, so that's our base sentence here, right? And what we learned from the grammarians is that you can add certain things here to make this sentence better, longer, and clearer, right? But today, we are just focusing on openers. We're just focusing on beginners, right? So we had 5 adverbs from before. Can you guys tell me some of the adverbs from before?
No.
Adverbs from before. One of them was unfortunately.
Adverb what? Pardon?
What were the adverbs I taught you guys before?
Oh, unfortunately, fortunate,
specifically, and
generally.
Good. Okay, you guys remember. All right, I'm a good teacher. You guys are good students. Okay, all right. But my mother needed water. Jack and Jill went up the hill, right? So you can start a sentence with because, right? In writing, it's not good. In speaking, it's fine, right? And I like it when you give the reason first and something else afterward, okay? So because their mother needed water, Jack and Jill went up the hill, right? Starting a sentence with because, right? So let's start some sentences with because, right? Why do you like your mom? Why do you like your mom? And then you start your sentence with because. Why do you like your mom?
because my mom is so kindly for me.
Okay,
And
my mom is so kind. All right, and then comma, right? So you have because my mom is so kind, comma, and then the next part after that would be I love her so much, right? And that's just a swap of the sentence. I love my mother so much because she's so kind, right? And then you swap that with, because my mother is so kind, I love her so much, right? Does that make sense, guys? Okay, excellent. All right, so it's just swapping it, right? And moving it around. Mark, why do you like hanging out with your friends?
Well, because when I hang out with my friend, I feel like I can really relax myself from the work that I've been doing all day, and that's kind of way that show me that no matter what happened in my life, there is always my friend to support me.
Oh, all right. Oh, everybody, all right. Oh, that was good. Okay, all right. Quick mind. You have a quick mind. That's good. Okay, all right. Next here. All right. Start a sentence with an adverb, right? Start a sentence with an adverb there. Okay, all right. So we have here. Oh, wait. Sorry, I have to ask Jamie. Jamie, why do you like Korean food?
Because I want to lose weight and Korean food more of more of ingredients they made from vegetable. So I think Korean food is good for my health and the taste is very delicious.
Beautiful. Okay. Oh, that was a good answer too. Okay, excellent. Good. Okay, all right. Starting a sentence with adverbs here, right? Now we have happily, right? So this is also a really easy one to use, okay? Because you guys know happy, and then to change it to happily is the adverb, right? And that one's really easy. Okay. So we have happily, Jack and Jill went up the hill. Happily, I teach you, right? So we have simple present with this. Happily, I teach you. All right. Okay. What do you think? Try giving me a random example sentence with happily.
happily, I love to work with my partner
Perfect.
in every day.
Perfect. Perfect every day. Okay. Good. All right. Jamie.
Happily, I eat Korean food.
Okay. Good. And then when I have you guys make your sentences, it's where we have 2 versions. One is when you're building it, and second one is where you say it about 20% faster. Okay. So it would be like this. Happily, I eat Korean food. Happily, I eat Korean food. Okay? All right, one more time.
Happily, I eat Korean food.
Okay, all right, Mark.
Happily, I get to live in Thailand.
Sorry, a little bit slower, my bad.
Happily, I get to live in Thailand.
Oh, the opportunity to live in Thailand. Absolutely. I agree with you there. All right. I like living here. Okay, excellent. Moving on. We have more examples here. Adjective. I don't recommend this one. It's a little awkward. All right. People don't use this one that much anymore. Right. It's where tireless Jack and Jill went up the hill. It's fine. It's a little fancy. You guys might make mistakes with it. I would avoid it for now until you get really comfortable with it, right? Like here's another example where I'd say happy Jack and Jill went up the hill, right? Or eager Jack and Jill went up the hill, right? Another one would be curious Jack and Jill went up the hill, right? So it is mi preot, it is useful, right? But it is a little technical with the situation, okay? All right. What would be a good example with this? Another one would be like, I guess, stressful versus beneficial. Stressful, comma, I went to work. Now, it's not a good one for you guys to use. It's awkward stuff. All right. Okay. Next here. I like this one a lot. Starting a sentence with an infinitive phrase, right? And this is very similar logic to the because situation, right? I like this a lot because I said before, starting with a reason is good. And then the next step after that is usually better, right? And so I like this, especially in writing, right? To achieve my goals, comma, I will work hard, right? To fetch a pail of water, Jack and Jill went up the hill and went straight for the well, right? So, okay, all right. Now, Mark, what is your dream? All right, what are you working to be? What's your career path right now?
My dream future would be administration or business. Well, I don't know how to say,
Okay,
like business occupation.
let's go to the highest, right? To become a CEO, right? One must. All right. And so what is like if you're going to business administration, right, quick mind, all right, awesome. So when somebody needs to become a CEO or when somebody is a CEO, what's something they have to do well?
Sorry, if someone have to be like what?
A CEO.
CEO,
What's one
they
of
must study hard.
study hard? Okay. So there's the example. One must study hard to become CEO. Right. So personally, I would say that sentence one has more impact than sentence two, right? And you know already how to make these kinds of sentences a lot, right? But what I'm teaching you today is that for more impact, you stick it at the beginning, pause a little bit, and then you add your reasoning. All right? Mm. All right. What was your dream again? To become I forgot again.
A doctor.
Doctor, yes. Okay, all right. Sorry, I see like 200 students every week, guys. I try to remember everything. The stories are hard. Okay, to become a doctor. Okay, I must represent, and then now give me some quality.
I not represent. Uh, Human rights.
There we go. Okay, all right. Go ahead and read it.
To be a good doctor, I must represent human rights.
Right, and I feel like I got to change this adjective to make it better. To be a, you know, no, be an ethical doctor. Right. Be an ethical doctor, I must represent human rights. All right. And then that's where I changed good for ethical, and then now it all makes sense. Yes? Makes sense? You guys know the word ethical?
To be an ethical doctor. Sorry?
Oh, no, I was just double checking that this sentence makes sense to everyone. Clear? Then you guys give me confirmation. Say clear. I can't see your video.
Maybe
50%. No problem. Pass. Moving on. Okay, good. All right, Jamie. And then what is your dream? What's one of your dreams?
I want to be marketing director.
And to become an effective marketing director,
I must have more experience in market in marketing and in marketing and
for experience.
in marketing and in the market and psychology. It's okay.
Good. Boom, done. All right. So that's the trick, guys. Right? That's the trick. Start sentences with to. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Yes? All clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then this thing, guys, right? This whole entire PPT is full of these and it's split up by each task, right? I do recommend that you ignore this stuff. Okay? You ignore it completely, right? And you just look at the stuff that's green. All right. If you do want to get into analyzing this and learning it, learning the terms, I think it's fine and amazing and useful for you. But with your test coming soon, it's always good to make your time management efficient. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Yes. Confirmation. All right. Okay. Two-way. All right. Okay. Prepositional phrase before sunrise. I think you guys know how to use this one already. Right? Before, after, you know how to use this. Confirmed? And then you guys say confirmed.
Confirm.
Confirm.
Okay, yes, we'll play with ranges on okay. All right. Another one would be noted. Okay. Here, interjection. Oh, you guys know how to use this one too, right? Hey, do you want to go up to the hill? No way. I twisted my ankle yesterday. And then you guys remember interjection from the story. And then you say noted.
Ankle.
Okay.
Noted.
Okay, good. All right, good. Okay, here. All right. What is it? Well, this one is awkward too, but Mark, or Jamie, are you familiar with starting a sentence with something with ing?
Interesting.
Interesting, full stop. That would be one sentence, like a one-word response, right? I guess okay. Anybody else? Are you guys familiar with starting sentences with a word that ends with ing?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Can you give me an example?
Um,
It's hard to remember this quickly, I know, but it's good for you.
Stop it.
Like this.
Stop it. They are dangerous area.
Good. All right. Stopping. Okay. So I changed it a little bit, right? And that's where this is one of the main reasons. So in the PowerPoint, right? Where we say stopping and then some danger around the place. Right? Don't you shouldn't think that I should know how to do this, okay? All right, don't worry. All right. So this is an right? So we have breathing hard.
Breathing hard.
Like you're telling a story. Okay? Thinking carefully. And then, Mark, can you do a little bit of acting for me?
And I what? Scratch. Like
Okay, good. All right, right. Being strange. Paul taught his class. Okay, all right, like this, right? And then I change strange maybe to odd, perhaps, right? Odd or different. I like different. Different's good. Yes. Okay. Being different, Paul taught his class, right? Or let's see here. Okay. Another way, right? Summoning her courage. She answered the question, right? And so we have two actions happening here, right? And this is the way that you could tell a story in a nice way, right? And it's where you're telling a story about any situation in the past and you're talking about two actions happening at the same time, right? And so I'll do one for Jamie here, thinking of her favorite K-pop star. K-pop star. She enjoyed her Korean barbecue, Korean meal, Korean dinner, Korean dinner. She enjoyed her. I'm trying to make it sound good. Her evening at a Korean restaurant. Okay, this is funny, actually. All right. Okay. So in this case here, it's gonna be maybe the story would be that Jamie finishes work on Friday night. She is busy, she's tired, she doesn't want to talk to anybody. And so she just goes to a Korean restaurant that's like 300 baht for a full-time barbecue, right? And then she enjoys a meal by herself, thinking of her favorite K-pop star, right? And just happily eating. All right.
Yeah,
Two actions.
drinking as well.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Thinking of her K-pop star and drink. And so you can use an add now. All right, that's where we got three actions in here. Right? Three actions there. So remember, never overload yourself with information. All right, we could go through this entire PPT, but I'll summarize what you are looking at or gaining experience in. Right. So the first one would be start a sentence with because. Right, and that represents reason to action or evidence. Right? And I think that's actually better because in real life, it's better like this, right? In sentences, though, it's weird when I say, I want to go because I'm hungry, right? In the sentence structure, it's the action and the reason for reasons or order. But I think in real life, the reason first and then action or evidence after is better, right? What do you guys think? It depends.
Action comes first.
Action should be first. Okay, agree to disagree, sir. No problem. Right. In this case, with the sentence structure, it's that it starts with the reason first, right? Oops, sorry. The reason first, because, and then you can do the same thing with to, right? And then that's with the verb, right? The next thing here is going to be starting with adverbs. That's a clear point for today, right? Adverb, up, 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 adverb, comma, up, up, up. If you guys don't know how to use comma as well, research this. It's really, really helpful. And we don't have time. All right. And last point here. Introduction. Got somebody coming in. Oh, he's coming in for our break. All right, that's awesome. Okay, hello. Oh, hello, Kunal. Good to see you, man. All right, it's good to see you. Okay. All right. So you have just come right on time for our break time. I was actually just summarizing the first part of the class, right? You have excellent timing, right? That means that maybe when you go to restaurants and you order food and then you go to the bathroom and then when you come back, maybe your food is waiting for you hot, right? That's how lucky you are, maybe. Okay. All right, cool. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and send this link here to the group right here. Okay. It is 10:15 right now. Mark, thank you for staying. It's 10:15 right now. We're gonna go ahead and take a 10-minute break, right? 10-minute break. It is a 2.5-hour session today, and that's an online class, which is a little hardcore. But so yes, take a break, get something to drink, right? Move around, do your thing. We will start back up around 10:30 or so, a little bit before 10:30. All right. Peanut, I sent you the notes here, right? As well as I'm recording this as well, right? And so I can give you access to those two things. If you like, up to you, you can review some of the topics that we discussed today, right? And maybe catch up on some of these points. But I'll get the students to explain it to you briefly when we come back from our break. Okay, all right, I'll see you guys at about 10:30, okay?
Okay.